On this week's show, another football update as fall camp comes to a close and we draft our players for the second annual Flames Fantasy Draft.
Plus, we head to the pitch for a mic'd up segment, and we bring you a memory from the last 50 years of Liberty University. Flames Central starts right now. Opening kickoff is a week away, and we check in with field hockey as they prepare for their season. Hey everybody, welcome into Flames Central. I'm Rhett McGibbon alongside Emily Austin.
September 4th, Rhett versus Campbell is now just days away, and the Flames continue to refine their game as they prepare for their highly anticipated season opener.
That's right. Despite the season opener being within arm's reach, there is still plenty of work to be done for the Flames, but luckily, with so many veterans returning this year, they know what to expect heading into week one.
Fall camp is winding down and school is back in session here at Liberty. The Flames are inching closer and closer to that first game against Campbell on September 4th. And while there's that excitement of getting back under the bright lights of Williams Stadium, there seems to be a cool, calm, and collected feel across this veteran group, and for good reason.
I think this would be my 6th fall camp here at Liberty. The game for me has gotten easier, just seeing things, comes with experience. It's easier to see things that the defense are doing, and being able to, relay that to all the other guys, it'll help us a lot.
I'm way more comfortable. I did a whole year with the team last year, so that got me kind of adjusted. Well, last year I came in and it was kind of new to me. The speed was different, but I'm adjusted now. Just went through a whole training camp, got a couple more days left, and I feel up the part.
I would say to my first year, I had to go out against Syracuse. My first year, whenever we had played them on the first game, it just shocked me how fast the game was. Now I got it quick. Soon as I see a play, I can get lined up quick, and I just read the defense way quicker than I did, back then.
Despite being an experienced team, head coach Hugh Freeze wants to focus the remainder of fall camp on situational football, 2-minute drills, overtime situations, last plays, any scenario you can think of. He wants to make sure this team goes over it before game one. Also, another note on the student side, the Flames will continue that bubble classroom environment, holding all of the players' classes here at the indoor facility to limit their exposure to COVID-19. Football may be getting the spotlight right now, but there's plenty of action to be excited about after the fall sports season. Men's basketball recently released its non-conference schedule, and there are plenty of games to highlight, especially a few big matchups in the new Liberty Arena, which at this point will be at full capacity this season. Looking at this schedule, it's pretty strong, so get your highlighters out. Liberty at LSU on November 15th. Then the Flames will travel to Orlando for the MAAC ASUN Challenge. Check out their opponent on December 2nd. SEC is in the house with the Zoo coming to town. I know our Matt Warner is going to be fired up to call that one. The team will head to Honolulu, Hawaii for a pair of games over Christmas. Still need to figure out how to get on that trip, Brett. And then LU will host a New Year's Eve match with Carver before starting conference play in January.
Yeah, you don't want to miss men's basketball. They are going to be a lot of fun to watch this fall. Well, turning our attention to the pitch, this past spring, men's soccer had one of the more successful seasons in recent memory and barely missed the NCAA tournament. That success has not quenched their thirst, though, as they are even hungrier to make an even bigger impact this year.
Details in August matter, boys. Details in August matter. Get them right. We want to be playing in December. Get these details right.
We didn't win the league. We didn't make the NCAA tournament. We won a few games, but we're still focused on doing the same things we did in the spring, but doing a little bit better.
Love it, love it, love it. Come on, Blacks, come on, Blacks. Love that, Jared. Yes, Jared, excellent.
Remember, you create the shadow better by going in instead of standing. If you stand, they can play in the easy goal. So the idea is I've given it, I'm already in a position where I'm anticipating that moment. Squeeze in, now they can't play past you. We want to be the antagonist in every game. We like to win the ball as high as we possibly can on the field, and We want them to make sure that they're thinking forward, looking forward, playing forward, and moving forward. So the more often we can do that and make teams have to defend us, then we're happy with what we do.
Good, Arnold. Can we get out of it? Can we get out of it? Can we get out of it? Up, 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 up. Very good, guys. Great traveling. Love that. Very good.
For me, the big thing is when you don't make the NCAA tournament, you don't win your league, it just keeps you hungry.
Hey, I love that you guys are competitive. I love that the pace is high. Don't cheat. Don't cut corners now to win this silly little game so we can win later. Long term, do the right things over and over again. Get your discipline right.
We all have one goal, which is to win. So each day we go like tackles blazing in practice because we all know that's going to ultimately help us in games when teams are tackling us hard, following us. Just, when we do it in practice, it helps, get the guys ready for a game. So I would say our training sessions are definitely harder than our games, so that's good for the boys.
Love that, Huss.
Malik, I think, had a really, really good spring season. Second team all-league. I think he's grown as a player. I think he's turned himself into a leader, and I think he'll contribute even more this fall. Marco has been a great captain, probably one of the best I've had. He's a good player on the field. He's able to mix between every group, whether you're a freshman, sophomore, junior, or senior. He's in that mix. I think all the guys respect him as a player and as a person, and so I expect him to lead us in a great way this year.
Excellent, Marco. Love that.
Both those guys bring experience, athleticism. Freshmen don't know any better. They're just coming in, enjoying themselves. But normally you can win with juniors and seniors because they understand the value of every game, every training session.
Great save, Yoder. Find the moments. If you can go, go. You've drawn him in. Can't play forward. Switch it. Simple.
We definitely have unfinished business in the conference, and we can't leave it to an at-large bid this season. Success of the ASUN tournament. Get into the national tournament and win that. That's our goals.
That's a good ball, man. Good finish, Luke. Good timing.
It's all about winning at the end of the day. We also here at Liberty, we're playing for Christ, so there's definitely a bigger picture to it, but at the end of the day, everybody wants to win.
When fans come to a home match at Osborne Field, they should expect like high energy, high octane, pressing, dominant soccer.
That's not bad. That's not bad.
My hope is when people come watch us play, they think that's a unified, hardworking, driven, determined team that knows what they're doing.
We will press from minute 0 to minute 90. We will run teams off the field.
Good pressing, Gabe. Good goal. Very good. Very good.
Woo! Fired up for some Liberty soccer. The Flames already took down North Carolina in the exhibition game, so excited to watch them build on that success this season. Switching gears, the LU field hockey team is coming off a spring season that was full of high expectations. Even though the Lady Flames came up short in the Big East semifinals, they are back to prove themselves, entering this fall season as the number 10 ranked team in the nation.
After a super spring that saw the Flames field hockey team rank 3rd in the nation at one point in the season, LU is quickly getting ready for a second go in 2021 as the typical fall season approaches. Despite the fast turnaround, the Flames have been chomping at the bit to get the season started.
20 plus girls were here in the middle of July, and that's the most we've ever had. So we've been training together for the past 4 weeks, which is like insane for us. Just our connecting on the field and just connecting as a team is just so different from doing that.
Very excited. Everyone came back early to start again because we didn't finish how we wanted to finish last semester, and everyone is just ready to go to the Big East tournament, to win the games, to get the trophy, and just shine.
Motivation is not lacking. After a disappointing finish to the spring season, the Flames are ready to climb that mountain again in their attempts of making the NCAA tournament.
We didn't get the finish we wanted last season, and that's definitely fueling our fire, but it's exciting. I mean, we have our starting 11 returning, and just like the chemistry we have as girls on this team is just like undeniable. Like, these are my sisters, and I just think that like that connection comes onto the field, and just like we know our habits, we know our tendencies.
Just because you're good on paper doesn't guarantee anything, and we know what we have coming back. We know that we have a really strong team, should be one of the best in the country, but we just gotta keep focused on what we can control every single day and take care of business, and I think good things will happen.
While they believe they're a top team in the nation, they understand the NCAA tournament cannot be their sole focus.
These guys that are coming back for their super senior year have, they've been through the ups, they've been through the downs, they've had some top wins, but we don't want it to have the same ending that it has, but we're not going to get a different ending if that's where our focus is.
God is the leader of our team right now, and if he wants us to go far, he'll take us far, and if it's not in his plan, and just like trusting in his plan is all we can really do.
We really believe, if we can focus on not so much the end result or the end product, but what we can control every single day and giving it to the Lord, that's it right there.
Coming up, the moment you've all been waiting for. It's the second annual Flames Fantasy Draft.
That's right, Joe Yock and Matt Warner are in the house. Find out who walks away with the best team this year. We'll be right back.
Where you train is where you learn how to say, I know this. I've done this. I've got this. I'm ready. So you can surpass expectations when they say you're hired. At Liberty University, you'll train in world-class facilities as you prepare for a world-class career.
A bachelor's degree is more than a diploma. It's about standing on your own 2 feet, so you can give back in a way no one else can. At Liberty University, we believe in giving back. So when you study online, you won't pay for books. And when you're out fighting for others, we have your back. By discounting your tuition and holding rates steady for over 6 years. Over 100 undergraduate degrees, 1 U, infinite possibilities.
At the fence, leaping! Wow! To the 5, pylon, he's
Teachers, your goal in the classroom is to help your students succeed. At Liberty University, it's ours too. That's why you can earn your Bachelor's of Education, Master's of Education, or Master's in Teaching without leaving home, for one of the lowest tuition rates in the nation. Study conveniently and affordably so you can help your students succeed. And together, we'll inspire excellence. From our classroom to yours.
First responders, you proudly serve. You are faithful to the call to serve your community, the call to protect, the call to save lives. Just as you honor God through your calling, at Liberty University, we're called to honor you by saving you money so you can earn a degree that prepares you today for whatever calls tomorrow.
Everybody, welcome back to Flames Central. It is the moment that we've all been waiting for, at least the second annual Flames Fantasy Football Draft.
It is the same crew playing this year, the TV broadcast crew. I don't know if you remember, but Matt Warner was the winner
Still
of
waiting
last
for my
year's.
championship ring to come in.
Yeah, okay. So the play-by-play voice of the Flames. Then we have color analyst Joe Yock. As you remember, he was really carrying the entire season, but when it mattered most, he handed it over to Matt.
And who kept score?
Okay.
And who kept score? The guy who wins happens to keep scoring wins basically on the last play of the season.
All right, I'm sure you're going to hear him.
Recount.
Plenty. We obviously take this very seriously. And Rhett and I will also we'll be playing too.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Let's take a look here at the personnel really quick. 3 offensive players that you can choose, 2 defensive. no quarterbacks being drafted in all this. I think Malik would have had it, the market
Very
corner when it
unfair.
comes to that. Yeah.
And we also will do the point system very similar to fantasy football points. So standard scoring, we are going to track the scores each and every week. As you can tell, we haven't even started this season and there's already so much trash talk.
Let's go. Come on.
Brett
Messing around. Here we
fell
go.
in last place, so that means he gets the number 1 pick.
All right, so just a note as well. This is a snake draft, so I'm going to go first. Matt's going to go last. He'll get 2 picks at the end as he starts the second round.
In my opinion.
So with my first overall pick in the 2021 Flames Fantasy Football Draft, I'm going with the Lean Green running machine, TJ Green, the transfer from Utah. Hearing great things from him out of camp. I think the running back spot is pivotal in this draft when it comes to scoring, so I'm going with TJ Green.
For my first pick, I'm going with Joshua Mack. Also a running back for the Flames. He's going to get plenty of carries. He's a little banged up in fall camp right now, but that's okay, people. He is a beast, and he's going to get plenty of carries, even though TJ Green has been added to the roster. This veteran, he picked up 797 yards last year and 4 scores, so he'll get me some points in that number 1 spot.
All right, Joe.
I'll put you in the transfer portal. I'm going with my man, my guy, Mr. DJ Get Nothing But Dub Stubbs. That's who I'm going with. DJ Stubbs has an incredible competitive spirit, senior leader of the receivers. When Malik Willis needs a big play, he's going to DJ Stubbs. Watch this catch in the corner of the end zone that made ESPN Top 10. Those hands are stickier than Winnie the Pooh in a honey pot.
That's good. That's good.
120 catches in a career as a Flame so far. First round fantasy lock.
I like how Joe pauses and waits for applause after his one-liner there.
Yeah,
that was good.
That was your first rounder last year as well,
That was
right?
yes, I believe so.
Yeah,
Yes.
The well.
Yeah.
All right.
Going back to the well.
So I go back-to-back picks here.
Yeah.
So last pick of the first round, I'm going with another wide receiver, Demario Douglas. Now this year, he's going by the nickname of Pop. I think he's going to pop on the stat sheet as well. A third-year freshman. He's played 15 games already, so he's a veteran, but he's a freshman. He's really gained the trust of Malik Willis. Last year, 32 catches, 363 yards, 3 scores. Very elusive. I think he's due for a big year. So he's the last pick of the first round.
Yep.
My first pick of the second round.
Oh, boy.
is a
Here we
guy I
go.
picked last year. He's the general, Javon Scruggs. You can count on 3 things: death, taxes, Scruggs making plays. And he's going to make a lot of them for this defense this year. Led LU in tackles with 69 a season ago. A couple of interceptions as well. Very versatile. He'll always be around the football. And I think he's going to lead me to another win. Great pick last year by me.
Yeah.
It's going to be a great pick.
He's
again.
an 80-plus fantasy football guy.
And I loved how you picked Demario Douglas in the first round. When I got so much heat for that last
It's
year,
true.
I have a feeling
It's
I'm
true.
going to regret that.
Scruggs, the slobber knocker.
Yeah.
He is.
Joe,
Thank you,
you're-
Joe.
Yes, he
Joe,
is.
all right, stick
All
to your
right.
pick,
Joe,
Joe.
I'm going to
you're
go with Darrell Johnson, 8.5 sacks last year. Matt, I told you once, and I'll tell you this again. The guy bends like Gumby in a gunfight.
You have told me that before. Yeah, many times.
Now he's bigger, he's stronger, he's faster. Darrell just pulled in to Domination Station and bought a one-way ticket to Destroy City.
I
All
like
right,
it.
there you
I
go.
like it. Well
Save
done.
something for the season,
I know.
Joe.
Wow, that's great.
So my next pick is a guy from the West Coast, transfer from Washington State, and listen up because he's pretty quick, so you might miss him. He arguably is the fastest guy on this team. They clocked him running more than 23 miles an hour.
Matt's faster than that.
Yeah, okay. So in 2019, he had 72 tackles.
Are you going to say who it is? Are you still building towards this?
Yeah.
Skylar Thomas,
Okay, there you
people.
go. All right,
Skylar
yeah.
Thomas
Good.
is my second pick. He had 72 tackles in 2019, 41 of those solo, 4 interceptions. And guys, I'm just telling you, this guy might be a sleeper in your mind. First year on the team, but he's going to make some noise for this Flames defense.
Yeah, you always pick those sleepers.
Skylar Thomas is my pick.
All right, last pick now of the second round. And much like the NFL draft, how the first round takes forever, the last rounds go quicker. That's what we're going to do here on Flames Central. All right,
Hint, Joe.
last pick of the second round is going to be tight end Johnny Huntley for me. This is a guy that I'm expecting a lot of red zone targets with maybe the big body wide receivers not there for Liberty this year. I think Johnny Huntley is going to be huge. Back to me again. First pick, third round. I'm going the underrated wide receiver on this team, Kevin Shaw. This guy
I had him last year.
Yeah,
Good pick.
gets it done. Lots of yards, maybe not as many targets, but the yardage is there.
My third pick is coming from the defensive side. Again, Trayshawn Clark. He's a veteran defensive end, finished last season with 38 total tackles. 10 tackles for loss and 5.5 sacks. He's going to be a huge presence on the end for this Flames defense. And he's put on some serious weight, 20 to 25 pounds. So not only is he bigger and stronger, but he's also faster. He comes in at my third pick.
Joe,
On to me. I'm going to take, you took Kevin Shaw, I'm taking Noah Frith from you last year. 6'4", 200 pounds. When Noah Frith is healthy, he may be the best wide receiver that Liberty has. Expecting big things from him in the red zone. He has the catch radius of a pterodactyl. Listen to this sound.
I like it.
You know what that is? That's Noah Frith catching touchdown passes, Rhett McGibbon.
I like that. All right, final pick of the third round. I'm going to go back to the receiver well and go with a man they call Sticky. I have the all-nickname team, right? I have Pop, the General, and now Sticky, C.J. Daniels. He had a really good year. His true freshman season started a little slow, but got better as the season progressed. Ended with 220 yards, 3 touchdowns. I think he doubles those numbers this year. So I'm putting that out there. I think Sticky has a monster season, C.J. Daniels. All right, first pick of the fourth round now. Keep it right here. And we go to maybe the most explosive player on the field, certainly pound for pound, and that's running back Shedro Lewis. I asked, because I have all these nicknames, what's his nickname? They told me it's Dro. So we can work on that. Maybe we can find something more creative as the season goes on. Averaged 7 yards per carry. That led the team more than Malik Willis. And by the way, Dino Babers still waking up in cold sweats in Syracuse thinking about the hurting that Shedro Lewis put on him. I'm taking him with my fourth round pick.
Joe Yag.
I'm going with J-Odd. Speaking of rushing the passer, I'm going J-Odd Sanders, 6'3", 240 pounds, pass rushing machine. J-Odd is going to have a breakout season. I'm calling it right now. With DJ, Trayshawn Clark, and J-Odd Sanders, the opposing offensive tackles are going to be more scared than Emily Austin at a Stephen King picture show.
Okay, for my fourth pick, I'm going with Jerome Jackson. This name might not sound very familiar. He did play in all 11 games last year, but Jerome is going to have a big presence on this offense this upcoming season as a tight end. So that's my fourth pick.
All right, last pick of the fourth round for me. I'm going the defensive side of the ball. I've had 3 offense, so 2 defense for me now back-to-back, and that is going to be linebacker Story Jackson. The FCS transfer coming in, 8.5 tackles for loss last year in a limited action in the spring season. I'm expecting big things out of him. All right, first pick now in the 5th round. I'm going with my man, the Rev, the true freshman coming in.
It was inevitable.
Defensive end, Christian Zachary. They're speaking him up big in camp, and I'm thinking 5+ sacks.
He's a monster.
He is big guy.
A lot of DNs.
He gets in that backfield.
Somebody's got to step up.
I finish off my team with Javion Lofton, the wide receiver. I had him last year. He only had 3 receptions for 51 yards. But again, this guy is going to have.
Last year. Yeah,
he's going to get some big yards this year. So I'm looking forward to.
All right, everybody's got to have a sleeper pick.
Yeah,
everybody's got to sleep. My sleeper pick is Stetson Moore, the transfer from Pearl River Community College in Mississippi.
Pressure makes pearls.
Went to practice the other day, and they were trying to, was he going to play tight end? Was he going to play receiver? They were just trying to figure out ways to get this athlete the football. He's going to be the one. Sleeper all the way.
Big guy.
All right, my final pick, and to wrap up the draft as a whole, I'm going back to the defensive side. Linebacker Rashad Harding, another transfer coming from Louisiana Monroe. Didn't play last year, opted out of the Warhawks season. They went 0-10, so I think he made the right call. He had 60 tackles back in 2019. He's going to be on the field a lot. Rashad Harding rounds out my roster and this draft.
Yeah, that finishes up the draft. Let's take a look quickly here at the finished teams for the 4 of us. Now, Matt, I'm going to give you some credit here. Looking at this with the last pick, I think you're pretty doggone strong.
Solid.
And I'm going to need our Flames fans to keep score throughout the season because things get a little sketchy.
Transparent process.
A lot of trash talk starting. We'll be right back with more Flame Central.
Home. It's a feeling that can't quite be put into words. It's a collection of memories, the experiences that make you who you are. Home is the place that brings together people who matter to you. For some, it's the family you're born with. For others, the family you choose. Home is always changing, always growing. But the heart of what makes it special remains the same. The legacy of those who also called this place home lives on. And now, we come home. We remember our past, celebrate the present, and embrace the future. This is Liberty. This is home.
Times are changing. At Liberty, we've made it our priority to grow, to learn, to improve. But even with all the change, our purpose remains. We want to equip people to go make a difference through their calling in their communities around the world. And though we are blessed with an amazing campus, our most valuable resource has always been the people, our students, and those who inspire them. It's the people who serve, maintain, support. It's you.
What's really important? Not the buildings, not the mountain, not the property, but the young people who use these buildings, who study in these facilities. They are important.
No matter what the future holds, we will stay focused on our goal. And the people of Liberty University are how we will continue to carry out our mission. They are the ones who empower us to
Training champions for Christ. Champions for Christ.
Training champions for Christ.
Hey there, friends. Welcome back to Flame Central. With this being the golden anniversary for Liberty University, we continue our weekly tradition of looking back at a special moment from Liberty Athletics.
Yeah, for this memory, we head back to the fall of my freshman year at LU.
Ooh.
2003. It was a comeback that won't soon be forgotten.
October 4th, 2003. Liberty trailed VMI 28-3 heading into the fourth quarter, but a game-high 211 rushing yards by junior Dre Barnes and Eugene Goodman's 4 fourth-quarter rushing touchdowns fueled the Liberty comeback. The last of Goodman's touchdowns coming with just 10 seconds remaining in the game.
3rd and goal from the 2. 18, 17, 15. Handoff to Goodman. Goodman is going to get into the end zone. Touchdown! Are you kidding me? This may be, if it holds up, the greatest drive in Flames football history.
Emily, I'll tell you, Williams Stadium was rocking that night. It was packed and so much energy.
I'm sure you were leading the charge. We are out of time. Be sure to download the Flame Central podcast. For Rhett, I'm Emily. We'll see you next time.
And the only question is, how bad do you want that? Huntley, line him up!
It's well defended.
Not some selfish ambition, but for something bigger than yourself. That's the question. Right, diving grab, light him up, juggling catch, touchdown Liberty. 15 to the 10 to the 5, pylon, he's in.
Get your tickets at lufootball.com.